So this is another Moodtrix channel update, and I want you guys to stay, updated on the current content of what's going on. So if you're wondering, there's still at least, 5 Nas movies I have not announced, separated from this Angelica, series, and also the Broly series is coming. Reason why being is these are original ideas that I came up with, more organic ideas versus the one that are computer generalized, the original ideas. So I'll really be drawing the Fortress the Gothic Vampires manga, and if you keep up to date with TV, South Park keeps you up to date with what's going on my channel, and also what's going on with my manga. So good news, season 3 will be confirmed on YouTube, but season 4 will be live and will be part reality show. It's gonna be a quickie. We're gonna have the voice actor Killua do a skit, a scene with me and Chris, and talk about the Lyoko episode about how he originally didn't like the show, and now Lily, how they found the diary, how the diary Lily told the secrets of Lyoko, and he found it finally interesting when he was put in a rough situation because he originally didn't like the show because of his thuggish demeanor. The most anticipated film is The Illusionist. So you know how I personally feel about it. I like the fact that it's getting the most attention, but I don't like how it's being pushed more than others. I'm very excited by Lily once I do get into the down uniform. But unfortunately, right now, Lily, I'm at a sick time where I can't perform my highest, but it's one of my, ideas that I'm most excited for. I'm gonna start doing, live stand-ups and cosplay, we're gonna get something like that going on. That was originally planned, but that was for different purposes. That was basically for me to, make pyramid schemes. But I ended up fucking up already movies instead. So Teenage Bounty Hunters is confirmed for season 2. Some updates on gaming season. Already finishing this season. This season was put to a halt, if you haven't noticed, Lily. So this season was cut in 2 early on in the year. I've already established because, unfortunately, since they didn't let me get it on paper automatically, Lily, I ended up literally having to spend the whole season with 2 years because Lily, more stories kept on popping up. I kept on losing motivation to finish the original content because Lily, I didn't know Lily what the deadline was gonna be. Lily, we were dragging on events and Lily, because I'm had the perfect ending for this season. I had everything planned, but so much shit is delayed. The original structure versus, Ralph versus Eric, Sabo versus Cat was all gonna end off this season with Arturo versus Justin. But I couldn't do it because of the misunderstanding and the malfunctions. And plus, something serious happened with Justin recently to a point where we can't even, keep him with the team anymore. It sucks. We're also doing a movie called Grun's Colors, a Nas movie based off the time while I owned Christopher Sabat, where I took advantage of the 21st century where he stayed primitive like an ape for a long time due to Lily having gang member, homesickness. It's fucking horrible. It was horrible. Last year I had to accept the fact that I did surpass my childhood superhero, and at that point that was just a part of me becoming a grown man. It fucking sucked. Lily, it fucking sucked. Dragon Ball Z is something I had to discard like a toy. Lily, not because it's not the most epic shit, but because they defeated the whole purpose. The whole reason why I got into it, they defeated the purpose of Lily. You don't understand. And that's at the time when I started being able to incorporate Dragon Ball Z in my life, was when I actually had to cut off my childhood superhero. So if you did know, Christopher Sabat Lily had an idea where he tried to Lily, he's like, are you fucking crazy? Because he thought I was going crazy with this fucking arrow scheme shit. Literally, fucking being able to control somebody's thoughts through a fucking spiral pattern. That shit originates from the fucking thought bubble. The speech bubble when you learn in school where you have to connect it like a spider? That's where that comes from. You get a base and then you go everywhere with it. And at first he thought that was cheating, but I'm like, I'm dealing with fucking nerds and trolls who defeat the purpose of everything, literally. So he tried to get away. He's like, you're not a man if you fall back in the style when you used to be in the same boat. I'm like, nope. And so that's what ended up happening. He tried to overpower me. I'm like, dude, you do realize you're not in your prime, right? So not even was he not in his prime, I Yu-Gi-Oh'd him. I let him know it was the 21st century. He tried to rape all my women at night, and literally, he's like, I'm gonna do something. I already fucked up. I'm gonna sacrifice myself. I'm like, I'm gonna put your M on your forehead for real. And so literally, I'm like, you do realize that I'm not just after image stronger. I'm 300 pounds stronger than you. So this, that, literally, even if I am literally an old geezer. And so I'm like, okay, well they all know Yu-Gi-Oh! I think this is sick that you're holding on to all this woman instead of life, to deal with your problems. So I'm like, okay, so Lily, you're so fucking crazy. I'm gonna let you think that you can rape every single one of my women, including my Mary Margariana, Lily, in one night. And Lily, so you see, what the fuck are you doing against Lily? I'm just roll with it and shit. And they ended up literally fucking getting jumped by fucking the voice actor of Captain Kuro, fucking Christopher Sabat and his old fucking gang, and they ended up mopping the floor with ease. And shit was hella funny. That shit was hella funny on the streets. He's like, you know, Eris is crazy, right? We trying to get to Apple and call him crazy, right? He's gonna put all his girls in danger and stuff like that. And stuff like that. But literally, he's like, you do realize you're gonna win, right? And they're like, how is he gonna win? Like, literally, fucking, it's Christopher Sabat. It's like, these are 20 trained women versus one old man. So I taught them all how to do the after image and shit. That shit was hella crazy. It was fucking horrible. I don't like this world anymore because literally he stretches out to the point where he kept on asking questions to the point where I call Martin Vegeta just a regular yoga bitch in spandex. Like, I can't take this shit anymore. So if you really want to know some good news, we're going to do another form of Brick House Bandit. Brick House Bandit is going to be a thing we're going to do literally with anime movies in general, but we need to put specific animes together. We can't have this stealth shit keep going on. So literally what's going to end up happening is like literally they're going to start making anime movies, like they're going to have one main title, but they got these other anime characters help, like a Shonen Jump, you know, reunion, but for like a specific goal in mind, like literally like Tokyo Ghoul will like have like a movie with Yu-Gi-Oh! And, you know, maybe a little bit of Naruto characters, you know, something that suits the theme of the anime. Like, slowly your Tokyo Ghoul, you know, will team up with shit like, you know, fucking Black Lagoon and shit. So, the one I'm doing with Uncle David is gonna be literally based off, you know, the Axel Titanic special. It's gonna be a side special. This is gonna be Boomer's versus other Brick House Bandit. It's gonna be Lieutenant Spoon. So it's gonna be Boomer and Bakugo literally figuring out how to deal with the Navy and Uncle David. Gives you a hint of all the other movie ideas. I'm pushing them until like the end of the year. So at this point, I want these to be actual fucking trailers instead of just fucking literally fucking, you know, honorably spoiling movies and shit. Super update, I know, right? But unfortunately, you know, if you want some exclusive knowledge, there's gonna be, you know, a former Dragon Ball AF that will soon, you know, be stretched on, like, you know, to like the old classic style of Dragon Ball Z, how it was originally drawn. Like, they're trying to redraw Super and shit. I think I need to let you know about this COVID thing. I need to go back and watch the anime to let you know that info. Go back and watch part 1 Naruto, go back and watch any anime and see how it shifted. So like literally, I need to allow you to know that literally how William and shit was created was literally what they do is that they create a cartoon script and they give it weak substance on purpose. They give it just enough substance to survive, and they let the world shift it. Because what happens is this thing goes gravitational pull. So like literally, if something happens over time, there's gotta be something like literally, you know, a slight change that's gonna happen to it because literally the rocks are reshaping, you know, the content. So the good thing about me and like literally what I do is literally what's going on is literally they gave it weak substance on purpose. So whatever revolves around my life, because the creator thought about me, I'm gonna be able to shift that. But I was shifting to a great, you know, extent. So what ended up happening, if you wonder why William is a character of Kolioko, is because William was created by a time shift effect due to me and Sabo breaking the pendulum by breaking it in an area that nobody knows about. What happened is we had a big source of energy, we clashed like literally, and we ended up breaking the whole entire to a point where we gave Kolioko extra episodes. And literally what ended up happening is, this is what happens when you give a cartoon or weak scripts. And literally what they did is they did it on purpose. They did it specifically so we could change it. So go look at what changes happened for the show. You know, Kolioko, the original Naruto, literally. It's got to a point where Curse and Cali Dog is talking because literally what's going on in the anime community. It's crazy. But, you know, we still have people like Mr. N2 who get paid to faithfully watch every cartoon episode to make sure it doesn't defer from its original path. But I kept on trying to tell Chris and Sean this shit wasn't a fucking joke. But literally be in charge of the fucking pendulum, like literally fucking literally. It was crazy because when he was in charge of the pendulum, like literally he was pretending to be Vegeta going to prison and shit. And that's why everybody had to carry his fucking ghost. Everybody suffered because the pendulum is affecting. When you're famous, so like literally you do shit, it reflects. Because everybody wants to be like you. But I gave you a scientific definition saying that it's all about gravity and being a part of the stars. So nothing but good shit is happening in my pendulum. And it's horrible, but it's not, because you have to think of it like this. You know, Chris was trying to take the L, but he took the L too far. I must sacrifice for the village, and he ended up suffering unnecessarily. So one thing I really recommend is you go watch the movie Friend's Exit. Friend's Exit is based off a girlfriend named Jordan I have and my comic book character Bennett. So this is a quick Funimation update stay tuned. I will be uploading a little bit slightly more frequently, but I have a couple videos saved up. Unfortunately, I'm on schedule.